Welcome to the Scratch tutorial video. This video is going to show you how to do basic programming in Scratch that will teach you how to be able to do any sort of programming using the Scratch platform. So I hope you learn something. Okay, in this video, you're going to learn how to make choices, right? So as you can see, I have a sprite here in the middle, and then I have a banana, and then I have an apple. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to put some logic in place that the person is going to ask which one do you want to eat, and then we're going to choose which one, right? So I have when green flag is clicked, the first thing that should come up is what do you want to eat, right? So that is going to say like this, what do you want to eat? And now I want to put something in place where they would click on the thing that they want to eat, and then the person would react saying, okay, cool, I know I am able to figure out what you're saying. So the first thing I have is when green flag is clicked, say what do you want to eat, and then wait for 2 seconds. The next thing I want to do is put in our next control, not controller, event, and I want to say when right. So I want to say which one would you like to eat, and then I want to get her to say press B for banana and A for apple, right? So what I'm going to insert is an event, and the event is going to be when something is pressed. So I'm going to put when B is pressed, say you want a banana. And then I'm going to put in a next event and say when A is pressed, say you want an apple. So let's see if that will work, right? So I have when the green flag is clicked, she's going to say what do you want to eat, press B for banana and A for apple, and then then I have two choices, well, not choices, but I have when B is pressed and when A is pressed. So let's see what will happen. So I press the green flag. What do you want to eat? Press B for banana and A for apple. So if I press B on my keyboard, she should say you want a banana. If I press A on my keyboard, it should say you want an apple. Alright, so B and A. So that's a simple way to do a choice based on what is pressed on the keyboard. Now, you could do choices by checking to see if the sprite is clicked, right? So let's try that one. So I'm going to take off the B now, and I'm going to take off the A, and I'm going to click on the banana and put when this sprite is clicked, I want to put something on the screen which is going to say the words banana. In order to get to say the word banana, I have to broadcast, no, not broadcast. I don't want the banana to talk, I want the girl to talk. because what will happen is when I click, when the sprite is clicked, I'll say banana. What will happen is that I'll press play, and then it'll ask which one I want to eat, and then if I click the banana, it will say banana, but I don't want the banana to talk, I want the girl to talk. So in order to do that, I have to make sure that the programming for it is here. Okay. So that's just to get it to understand that you have a button called when the sprite is clicked, right? So we'll take that off now. You could use that depending on how you feel about it. But now I want to change to a backdrop based on a choice. So let me add a new backdrop. Let's start with the Arctic, and then I'm going to add a new backdrop. And the next one will be blue sky, right? So I should have two backdrops. I have the Arctic and I have the blue sky, right? Okay, good. So I'm going to ask the question. No, I should put three backdrops. I'm going to put a third backdrop. So I have the Arctic, I have the blue sky, and then I have the boardwalk, right? Good. So I'm going to take off the banana, I'm going to take off the apple, and I'm going to say, where would you like to go instead? Say, where would you like to go? And then I'm going to go to looks again and say something else. Press A for Arctic and B for boardwalk. Then I'm going to go to events and I'm going to say when A is pressed, I'm going to change the backdrop, switch backdrop to Arctic, and then I'm going to do when B is pressed, change backdrop to boardwalk. And I will start the whole thing at the blue sky, right? So let's see what happened. So right now she's at the blue sky. Where would you like to go? Press A for Arctic and B for boardwalk. And I'm going to press A, and it's going to change to the Arctic. And if I press B, it's going to change to the boardwalk, because that's what the program says to do. Okay, all right, everybody understands our concept. So now you could introduce some sort of decision in your story. So you could have two people, person 1 and person 2, and Avery. I want to flip him the next way. How do you flip him the next way? There's supposed to be a mirror flip horizontal. Right, cool. Yeah, good. Right, so if you want the person to flip the other way, you have to go into, make sure the sprite is selected, then go to costumes, and then you could make them face the other direction, right? So that they will look like they're actually talking instead of you're talking behind their back or something like that. Right, so I have that. So then I go back to code now, and I have two people, Abby and Avery. Avery says, Abby is speaking to Avery and says, where would you like to go? Press A for the Arctic or B for the boardwalk, right? But we want to act like we are controlling the story. So instead of saying press A or press B, we're going to put think. And we put press A for Arctic and B for boardwalk. and we're going to get Avery now to wait 2 seconds. Everybody following what I'm doing, right? It making sense? Where's the wait again? Oh, wait for 1 second, I get. So we're going to get Avery to wait 2 seconds. No, wait. How much seconds, boy? 2 seconds, yeah. And then we're going to get Avery to think, where do I want to go? Think. Where do I want to go? And now that is going to make it look like he's making the decision, but you are actually making the decision. So watch what will happen. Press play. Where would you like to go? Press A for Arctic or B for Boardwalk, or both of them have their thought bubbles covering each other. Alright, I'll move Avery down a little bit to like here. Here, alright, good. I run it again. Where would you like to go? Where do I want to go? And now you will decide where it's going to be, whether you press A or B, and it will go to the correct location. Do you understand? So now you can allow the person who is using the program to be a part of the story. And now your story will become interactive, and it's not just telling a story about somebody who is going somewhere or going to different places. You're actually giving the person who is watching the story a chance to be a part of it. The next thing we're going to do is put in sounds, right? So let's try to put in a sound. So we have when flag is clicked, switch to blue sky for sure, because we're starting at blue sky. Then it says where do you want to go, press A for Arctic, B for Boardwalk. When you switch the backdrop, it's going to switch to Arctic, and it will be nice if when you switch it to a particular place, you get a particular sound effect. So now let's try to go to put in a sound. So we go by sounds, and then we choose play sound. But we're not going to choose pop. We're going to choose some other sound. Now you can go by record, and when you click on record, it will ask you if you want to record the sound that you want to say. Now you could get people to say different things if they want to, and instead of just having the thought bubbles pop up, you could get them to say things. So I could allow it to record, and then when I want to say, I want to go to the park, right, and then I click stop, and then I click save, and it will record the sound, and I will name it go to the park. Now watch what will happen when I come off the songs tab, because sounds is up here, costumes up here, right? So I'm going to go by code. I want to say play go to the park. What will happen is it will do something like this. As soon as I press A, it will switch it back up to Arctic, and then it will play the sound I want to go to the park, which not really making sense in this story, but we'll see how it goes. So I'm going to press A. I want to go to the park. So it played what I said because I put go to the park inside here. But of course, when you switch the scene to Arctic, you'll want to play something that makes sense. So you need to go and find the sound that you're looking for. So you go to sounds, you go to where do you add the songs again, boy? Sounds, and you click on songs here, and it said choose sound. And when you go to songs here, let's look for breeze or wind. There's no wind. Okay, let's see if we could find some nature sounds. Animals, effects. Whoosh, high whoosh. Ocean wave. Alright, I'll put ocean wave as a sound. And I could test out how the song will sound like by clicking here. Right, so that's an ocean sound. And what I want to try to do is implement that into my code. So when I have go to the boardwalk, I will put play sound ocean wave. So that means if I choose B, so I'm gonna start it again, run. Where would you like to go? I don't know where to go. Press A for Arctic and B for boardwalk. If I press B, it should go to the boardwalk and play the sound of the waves. So now instead of just having text, you could have songs that will make sense in the story. And of course, there are so many songs that you could use. So once you go to the sounds tab, you will see sounds, and you click choose a sound, and you'll have all sorts of different things that you could do. And you could even put in voices and sports songs or goals or whatever it may be. You could put in songs for anything that matches your story. Good. So with the ability to do the decision now, I am able to make a story that could use the same timings that you had before, which will be like timing how they talk to each other, but now instead of just talking alone, you could switch your backdrop and play a sound. And you could even record your own songs and make them play in the line of your story. Which makes sense, right? Alright. And the last thing now, well, not the last thing, but this is the last thing I'll be showing you all to do, is to go to a particular scene based on a choice. Oh wait, no, we just did that right here. So we're switching backdrop to Arctic, and what you're going to do is you're going to now build a story for if they press A, and build a story for if they press B. And based on their choice, you will be able to decide what happens next. So I could build a story about what happens in the Arctic, or I could build a story based on what happens in the boardwalk. And the person who uses the story is going to have a choice as to where the story is going to go. And of course, then you could go further and you could make more choices going down by just reading letters from the keyboard. And when you read the letters from the keyboard, it will choose basically wherever you want the story to go. You could make the story go like that. So imagine like a movie where they give you the opportunity to choose where the plot is going to go, or what is going to happen in the movie. That would be really cool, right? Like they write the story and they have alternate endings, and you could choose which ending you want based on what you want to see. Thanks for watching the theory video. If you learned something, give it a like, give it a share, subscribe, do whatever you have to do. And if you want practical applications of the things, feel free to check out any of my classes. You can find them on my website at makeITsimpleTT.com. I have classes for all different subjects from CSEC IT, CAPE IT, CAPE Computer Science, and many different tutorial videos that you could find on this channel. So thank you very much, and look out for the next video that is here or here, because I have all the theory videos for all the subjects.